Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
Oh my God.
Okay, Jody can confirm that was literally a middle of the night thing where I sent that to, and I thought I had to check. I'm like, this isn't real.
It is.
I
It
thought,
is
no,
real.
this isn't actually real. Someone's saying that he blah, blah, blah. And I watched the clip in the middle of it. And I thought, again, an election cycle where you think you cannot be shocked by anything. I'm like, hello, Chris Wray, Merrick Garland, are you up? Secret Service, are you up? This is beyond. Has the mainstream media covered this yet as much as garbage? Is that maggots dressing like garbage because they're idiots?
They have covered it. I watched like 3 different networks this morning. They covered it.
I mean, I guess we should, take that as an indicator of how really desperate he's getting. That's what all the reports are, that they know they're losing. But this is, what line is how many times can someone say, what line is the line that's too much for decent people? Like, Liz Cheney said, this is how dictators destroy free nations. They threaten those who speak against them with death. We cannot entrust our country and our freedom to a petty, vindictive, cruel, unstable man who wants to be a tyrant. And I'm like, will someone defend this? I'm like, oh yes. What's his name? Brad Todd, the guy with 2 first names. That guy, the GOP strategist.
Right.
He attempted to defend those comments by Trump by saying, oh, he was talking about their difference on foreign policy. Oh my God. He said he was saying if she was the one that had to go into infantry combat, maybe she would see. No, that's not what he was saying.
Right.
He was saying, let's see how she feels with 9 guns trained at her face. That's execution. That's not her serving in war.
He was talking about a firing squad.
Thank you. He's talking about execution. I can't. I texted one of my friends this morning. This election's giving me a stroke. I think it is actually giving me.
You smell toast?
Yes, and oranges. But are you guys going to bring toast and oranges every day this week?
That would just be funny.
So that I go.
That would just be funny.
That would be funny.
That would just be funny.
Hang on, let me try to get in the garbage truck. Okay. This is the day I officially got winded by this election cycle. I mean, I get that he's desperate, but isn't that, when is Glenn Kirshner coming up? Is that not, first of all, as
half an
someone
hour.
else said,
No, in an hour and a half.
he is out on bail. Isn't that violating the terms of his bail? To threaten, we're so
think.
numb to that. Oh, nothing will happen to him. He can and then you're like, oh, and with this Supreme Court, he could get away with it, right? Total immunity. Oh, if something happens to Liz Cheney, right? Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are staring at me very concerned. That's a very concerned look, and I don't blame you.
I'm just worn out.
I am too.
We have a big show.
We do. Oh, good. Yes, we have. Who can we call?
Everybody.
Let's call Ernie Hudson.
Yes. Call Ghostbusters.
He's probably not ready for that joke, right? And for us to play Ghostbusters.
Right.
But
He was also in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
He was also on Grace and Frankie.
He
Yes.
also was Lily Tomlin's boyfriend. He was her boyfriend on
Yes.
Grace and Frank. And I'm gay like Lily, and I wish he was my boyfriend. Oh my God, he's dreamy.
He's built too.
Yes.
really is.
I'm like,
Someone was
hello.
talking about the gun show today between you
Yeah.
and him and Glenn Kirshner.
Right.
But also, he is doing something really fantastic, as are a lot of big names, including J-Lo. He's doing the Hometown Project, which is a great organization. They're connecting well-known people like him with local races, which Carl Frisch can tell us how important that is. Right? It's
Right.
a lot of the races that we don't think about.
Right.
And then Lenora Barnes, we have on today, chair of the Michigan Democratic Party.
And she's working with him on that particular project.
I mean, it's magic has broken out. Oh. Why I might be a little bit stressed out and cranky this morning as well.
Why?
Because I love America.
Uh-huh.
And so,
You're making the sacrifice?
speaking of people helping America, that I must sacrifice. So Martin Sheen may not make it
Right.
tomorrow night but it is for a very good reason.
Yes.
He is, well, as you can imagine, he's incredibly effective. We've been talking to Jenny and talking to Janet Sheen. They, deployed him for a lot of these swing states. He's been in Wisconsin, but he is now in Pennsylvania for Bob Casey and all these other races.
Josh Shapiro.
Yeah.
That are so important.
Doing God's work.
So they felt he was having such an effect. They asked him to stay longer.
Yeah.
He initially went to help Sherrod Brown in Ohio, which please God, Ohio, re-elect Sherrod Brown. He is such a great senator. And I've mentioned this. I've met Tammy Baldwin and Bob Casey. They're two of the nicest people in the Senate and the most effective senators. So anyway, we are working on other surprises. We have Glenn Kirshner. We have Adam Schiff. We have
Mark Hamill.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was such a big name. I was stumbling. But we're always working on, of course, last-minute surprises. We got Jody and Chris and Bob Seska and Carl Frisch, and it's going to be a huge, great show. And there is a chance. Janet said she will let us know if he can get back.
And my
in
friend
time.
Christian.
Oh, that's right, our ring boy who
Yes.
has had a... is a ball... What is it? What?
You know how some women get silicone in their breasts?
Yes.
That's what he has in his...
Ball sack.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes, I have seen, if you have seen bikini pictures, poolside pictures of Chris's on Instagram, you'll remember which one Christian is. Okay,
He's the one in the orange
so that's a
Speedos.
little bonus.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing underwear or a bra tomorrow night, just a little something extra for everybody.
Really?
So we're going to see your cooter.
It's hard to say. It could
What
be
do you
one of
mean
the
it's hard to
surprises.
say?
Could be one of the surprises. And also, it's that, what's it called, Jody? The sheer,
Mesh.
the dress.
It's got mesh.
The booby dress. Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to see some nip, too.
It looks like my boobs are in prison. Huh?
We're going to see some nip, too.
Maybe, depending on the amount of movement that Mama does. Okay.
There is tape I can bring for you.
I don't need it.
Okay.
As Chris Lavoie once said, don't they make dresses for surfboards? Okay.
I'm sure they do, right?
They're called models.
I have boobs.
Do you?
Sort of. All right. I mean, I don't. Okay. I guess we should. This awful, awful person, please be. How long is it going to take us to suck the poison out? You know what I mean? Isn't he like a giant orange snake bite? And then
Rattlesnake,
how
yeah.
long will it take us to suck the poison out of the body politic? We were saying yesterday, we were doing on Patreon a whale feces story, if whales' fecal plumes, and that these researchers have to throw their clothes out. We're going to have to throw our clothes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, America, all of them, from this Trump era. You can't get it. You got to. We're gonna have to burn our clothes.
I think the Republican Party has been destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. So
And by the way,
something that it used to be is going to have to be built from the ground up again.
I thought of another part of this whole Madison Square Garden thing. You read the reporting in the Post that if they absolutely vetted
Of course
Tony,
they
what's
did.
his
Of course they
name,
did.
and they took out the calling Kamala the C word, but left everything. First of all, what does that tell you? First of all, how many times do you think Trump and his ilk have called her the C word behind
the
closed
time.
doors? That was just a cynical, we don't want to piss women off anymore, so we're going to take that out. But they left in all the other garbage about Puerto Ricans and black people and stuff calling Kamala a whore was okay too, and that she has pimp handlers. All that was, if you've ever been in a relationship with a woman of any kind, you know that the C word is nuclear winter. So that was, it was just a political calculation, like, that might be too much. I mean, we'll call her that all the time, but that might be too much.
But screw the Puerto
all the other
Ricans,
stuff.
yeah.
But what does that make you, right? What does that tell you everything about people of color? They're like, that, we don't care. Say whatever you want about all those garbage people, right? Just don't, God. By the way, could women be any madder?
I know a woman
Paul-
voting for Donald
Oh my God. I just,
who has a daughter. by the
I'll
way.
be your protector whether you like it or not.
Polls are showing that women are voting against Donald.
Yes,
in
yes,
mass
yes.
numbers.
How much you want to go? How about the freak out over that ad with Julia Roberts saying you don't have to tell your husband who you voted for?
Right.
They're
Newt
obviously.
Gingrich went
Oh
apes
yes,
on-
moral arbiter.
Charlie Kirk
You
did
know the
too.
right thing. He was saying that's the wrong thing morally, Chris. The right thing morally is to leave your wife when she's dying of
Yeah.
cancer to go
Right.
your intern.
Speaking of, Jesse Waters had an affair with his current wife on his
Oh,
first
thank
wife.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. The arbiters of moral values over on the right are freaking out
Yeah.
about telling women to lie to their husband.
Newt Gingrich is really upset at Julia Roberts for telling women to lie to their husbands.
Oh, hang on. I wasn't going to get to this, but okay. Yes, he said, frankly, really? I'm going to look for what... Okay, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Hannity saying, I'm going to look for what manliness looks like next to George Clooney, a Hollywood jackass spoiled elitist.
What?
Oh, really? Because you're not a coastal elitist jackass, are you, Sean? Oh, my God. No, thank you. He's no John Wayne. And then didn't Tucker Carlson also yesterday say Tim Walz is obviously gay?
Yeah.
By the way, you know who I always thought was obviously gay?
Tucker
Carlson.
Carlson.
And I'm gay, so I don't think that was a bad thing. I just always assumed he was. Oh, my God, I hate this campaign.
He likes to do butt stuff.
Okay, Newt
He's a bottom,
Gingrich said, these people are dishonest. Newt Gingrich said these people are...
Is this a guess the quote?
No,
Oh.
it's Newt Gingrich. I hate everyone today. And so for them to tell people to lie is just a further example of the depth of their corruption. This is the guy that got run out of Congress on a rail for being corrupt, in addition to a immoral, adulterous pig. Oh, my God. He said, you're walking around saying wives should lie to their husbands, husbands should lie to their wives. No, only you when your wife's died of cancer. Oh, my God, I can't. I couldn't. I did. Did
She's
we
gonna
ask?
explode
Did we
soon.
ask Dr. Miller if my head can it explode?
We did ask
Can
him.
it?
He said it could happen.
Is it a thing?
It is a thing. Yeah. Oh,
happen?
yeah. It's exploding head syndrome.
Wait, we're not done with
very
Newt
Spinal
Gingrich.
Tap
I mean,
review.
what kind of totally amoral? Newt Gingrich said, what kind of amoral, corrupt, sick system has the Democrats developed if they think about it at that level? That's astonishing to decay. And then he claimed the aforementioned decay is why Bobby Kennedy Jr. no longer supports the Democratic Party. Also noted skeevy adulterer.
Right-wing hypocrites.
Okay, this campaign has obviously broken Donald Trump, and but you know what? We kind
It's
of
broken you, too.
Yeah. Whose joke was that about? You don't really beat cancer if you die of it. It's pretty much a tie. That was a Norm Macdonald joke.
But who died of cancer?
Yes, but I feel like it's broken me and Trump. It's what we got there together. It broke both of us, different ways. But okay, I have one that's going to make me a little happy. Trump's camp is literally freaking out because the election is slipping away. Is the headline? How many more days do we have?
Few.
Where do you think we're
Five?
going after this?
What?
After someone should shoot Liz Cheney in the face? Where are we going after that, do you think?
Yeah,
I
five days.
you know what? My mind doesn't go there.
Jonathan Lemire said there's good reason for panicking within Trump's inner circle. He said you have people like Charlie Kirk freaking out now. Oh, he's also a noted ladies' man, Charlie Kirk, freaking out about the whole.
He likes butt.
Because I'm sure no woman's ever faked anything with him.
He likes butt stuff.
See a bottom?
Would you stop?
What? What?
Saying the numbers are looking terrible in Pennsylvania, that right now Trump is on the way to losing. Lemire said you're seeing false confidence being put forward by the Trump campaign in part because they want to appease the candidate who doesn't like to hear bad news, but behind the scenes there is growing worry. I think we're seeing Trump's outbursts and violent rhetoric increase more and more. Were he to lose, suddenly the criminal cases come back, and that's adding to the pressure, I'm told. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. But it is... I was thinking today, I'm like, oh my God, how many more days do we have before I...
5. Till the
Well,
election is over.
Yeah, 5 until the election is over. I mean, until the polls close.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not sure the election's going to be over.
Well, until you can't
I
vote.
So
agree with
steel
some of
yourself
our.
with that.
I agree with some of our guests that I think it could be a big enough blowout. I think this is going to be one of those. The polls and pundits are f***ing,
She's in a mood.
they're effing effed. Even Doug Burgum says he thinks we're going to know election night, but he also would not say whether Trump should declare victory before the election results. Because why would you do that? He said. He said in New Mexico yesterday that he won New Mexico twice, which he did, of course.
He did not. He did not. No.
Either. Okay, so he was asked, Doug Burgum was asked, if you're around him on Tuesday, will you encourage him to wait till all the results are in? The ballots have been counted. Burgum refused to answer again and said, what I'm optimistic for is this country, we're going to know the victory on Tuesday night. And, not a day later or days later or weeks later. I don't know. Everyone knows he's already claiming victory. He's not even going to wait till Election Day. He's already claiming theft, right? Mm-hmm.